the Maryland selection of circuit court judges is a rather, convoluted process. Most judges are appointed to fill a vacancy by the governor after going through some type of vetting process by the county bar associations and others. I mean, there are lots of groups that weigh in on these things. And then that judge is required to sit for a contested election at the next opportunity, and then finally elected to a 15-year term. There's a new panel that came out that recommended that judges be, voted on an up or down basis as opposed to contested. And having gone through the process one time myself of being consideration for a judge and whatnot, but thinking that it's a good thing that we allow contested races, because otherwise it's an old boys club. It's your county bar association, and if you spend enough time going to the Tuesday lunch each month and hobnobbing with the county bar, well, then you're going to be selected. And if you're an outlier, you're not going to get elected. And I think people should have a chance. So it's rare, Nancy, for a sitting court judge to be defeated. Why change the system?
Well, I haven't been through the process the way you have. But as an attorney, I look at these races, to the extent they're races, I think they're foolish. Nobody has any information. The judges can't raise any money. So how are they supposed to campaign? How are they supposed to educate people? How are they, and what is the criteria? I think it's foolish to have these races. Frankly, I don't think they achieve anything, and there's no way to inform the public of what's at stake, if anything. They have been trying to achieve far more diversity in the bench over the years than they had before. So I don't think it's
the diversity in the bench really comes through,
to be sure, but it's a club
process
of competence, and there are way more women and people of diverse backgrounds sitting on the bench these days than there ever was before. Is it perfect? No, but I think having a race where you can't campaign, you can't really raise money, is insane.
Well, that part I agree with you, but the fact is almost every judge is appointed originally by the governor, and that has led to the diversity and of both on nationality and on sex, so that we've seen a change. But the most recent case in Montgomery County where a judge was rejected was, certainly because that particular judge, after having been appointed, ran into some ethical problems and was replaced through the elective process. So I'm not sure an up or down vote really is the solution. What do you think, Laurie?
Well, I was like, why are they talking about this? Is this a priority? Is this something they should be working on right now? And it appears that the work group was suggesting this because it's a DEI issue. There is a pretty good representation from minorities in our current judges. However, they don't feel that it's as diverse as it should be in smaller counties. So they're trying to change, I think, to make it diverse all the way around in the whole state. And I just don't think that's
anything.
What?
I mean, it really doesn't change anything.
And I just don't think it really is a priority.
The county bar is the one that really controls who gets nominated and appointed.
Right, and I know it's a very strenuous process. They really are vetted very well, and I do trust the process of the appointment process. And I do agree with Nancy that it's hard to know as a voter who to vote for. But I look to, I look to my party. I look to, usually Democrats and Republicans agree on the sitting judges. So that's a good thing. I like that it's not as partisan as some of the other races are. But sometimes politics can play a role in it. And I don't like that. But I do like, that I can look to certain groups that I trust to vet it for me,
Yeah.
and I make that selection at the ballot box. But yeah, I just don't think it's a priority. I'm not sure why they really think that this
Well,
is
I mean,
time.
I picked the topic just because I'm fascinated by the judicial process.